All right. Test, test,
Test.
test.
Okay, heard about this on a New York Times podcast this week. I looked up some articles on this here. So now we've talked a lot about the chat AI bot. So chat GPT, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that.
So Bing, the browser, lesser known browser Bing, which
Sure.
is the Microsoft browser, right?
Yep.
They have recently unveiled
That's also the sound that Nick's butt plug is making tonight.
the Bing.
Bing, bing.
That's right. I guess that's not the prototype with his thumb photo on it that we're working on for the
He was
in the
very
merch
happy
store.
to tell you. He's going to very happy to tell you how it goes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so we're testing that out. Like I said, so the unused Nick plug will be $49.95, and the used one will be $69.95. Yeah, yeah.
You have to pay us. Shit. I hope he's having fun.
That's right. That's right. So it's a new browser launched by Bing. So what they've done apparently is they've sort of combined the chat AI with their browser. So listening to the podcast, and the guy was able to describe it. So basically, it's like the chat AI works. If you haven't really tried this yet, I encourage people, go check it out, play around with it. But you type in, you ask it a question, right? And what it's doing is pulling information across the internet to give you a response, right? So it's kind of doing some of the searching and research a little bit for you, right? Pros and cons, obviously, to some of that. And chat AI is raising some concerns, and as we've talked about on this show, where some universities are afraid that students are going to use the chat technology to write essays and things like that. So now they have to worry about trying to combat if people are just kind of getting answers from this chat, this and that and the other. But from a browser search perspective, you can ask it questions, and instead of just giving you a page of links to websites and stuff with ads, etc., it's giving you some like a conversation suggestion, and then it gives you links in the answer.
Okay.
Right. So, just the example the guy used on the podcast is basically, he said, I'm thinking of cooking a Valentine's Day dinner for my wife. She likes French onion soup. What are side dishes I might want to serve with the soup? And it gave him a conversation of
how great would it be if one of the answers was dick.
No, but it gave him some suggestions, and then he asked for the recipe of a certain type of salad. So he said, give me the recipe how to make this salad, give it with the ingredients in the different aisles of the grocery store, and it kind of spelled everything out for him. In the produce section, this, and this section, that.
That's wild.
It's crazy. And then it downloaded the list for him.
Now, that's only if you ask questions. What if, like I say, hey, Bing, can you show me pictures of Jenna Ortega? Will it do that for me?
I don't know if I would guess it would give you some links to different things and so forth. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's just sort of taking the browser to another level. I also heard that Google tried to launch something similar recently, but it had some mistakes with some of the demonstrations and answers that it provided. So the guy said that...
I think their browser was just called Uncle Frank, and it was just an old man getting things wrong, talking about conspiracy theories.
They asked it a question in the demonstration about the the James Webb Telescope, and it said something along the lines of that it was the first. It took the first pictures of a planet outside of our solar system, and it was that's not the right answer.
James Webb Telescope. Let me tell you, it was friends with a pig, and that pig, it was his best friend.
I think that's Charlotte's Web, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, I've said too much.
Yeah.
This is the Uncle Frank that doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it's a lesser known version of the
right.
Yeah, AI chat. But yeah, anyway, so the Google one gave a wrong answer. They took a big hit in their advertising and all that. But apparently, if you're able to get, again, per the resources on the podcast here, it was like if you can get like 1% of the advertising revenue from Google, it's like it's like $1 billion. It's astronomical numbers. So if you could cut into their stranglehold on browsing, and you could work in ads into this, and it's a whole other thing. So now they're saying with the chat AI, you can monetize it by, the responses could sort of try to push you towards certain sites or products, or can have certainly an ad within the browser and all that type of stuff. So,
all right. So what I need I'm sorry. What we need listeners to do right now. Mm-hmm. Let's actually take a pause here real quick. We need all of our listeners, all 10 of you. What we need you to do is get onto this and start asking about convincing idiots.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's start easy. Go once an hour, and then then you can spread it out. But we need you on a constant basis to ask this thing about convincing idiots. It's like an algorithm. So I'm assuming by the time, once you've asked like probably, 78 times in one day, and you do that for a whole year, I think that might get us somewhere. So
all we're asking for is a measly 1% of Google's advertising. I mean, is
that too hard to ask?
No.
Is it
really? Wait, you know what? We'll take 0.5%. 0.5% would be fine.
Sure.
We're not greedy.
I'd take all of our listeners sending me a nickel.
Yeah, sure. There you have it. So just in general, so that's what they're working on. So do you like the idea? I'm curious if you like the idea, instead of just pulling up a browser and you search something and you get a whole list of pages, and obviously, people are paying to have their link at the top, or they can pay, and you got ads and so forth. But do you like the idea of asking a chat a question, and you might get a sufficient answer just from the chat, and that's it? You don't need to look at any other sites or anything like that. Or no, you don't trust the chat, or what do you think about?
I don't care about that. I trust it. I mean, it's information out there. A lot of the times when I search something, it will I'll ask a question, in Google or whatever. I just put it in the browser. So whatever comes up from that, which is normally Google, and it gives me like the first paragraph of like the most popular website. So I don't have to click on the link. I don't have to click in their website. It'll give me the answer in a top paragraph, and that's probably normally right under it is where it's from, that site. So as long as give me less clicks, give me the answer I need with the least amount of work I can do, and I'm happy.
Yeah. I like it too. I think it's fine. It's interesting. Yeah. And it does cite I think it does cite the resources that it's pulling information from, so you can see. Perfect. And it's not just pulling stuff. I think so. I guess something like that. So it's out there now. You could launch it right now and try it. So it's the Bing browser, and it's there. I haven't tried it yet, but maybe it's something we goof around with over the next couple of weeks and come back and report back on, or something like that. So, just interesting stuff. Why not?
I like it.
Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.